man. Got a little headache. We gotta go reset. Always first, Viva. How'd you guys end up doing yesterday? What'd you do afterwards? I haven't talked to Quay about it. What'd you do? Hold the green. Played challenges. Name one. Give me an example, Quay. Or Viva. Give me an example. Like what? Perfect. Yeah, I heard, dude. Congrats. You did it before I did, though. Shout out Treelingswear. Thanks for my shoe sponsor. Appreciate you. Do your hands blistered? No. So, first of all, I will shout these out forever. These Golf Pride CP2 mid-size grips. That's a big plus. They're soft and super tacky, so I don't slip. But also, I don't wear a glove because it reminds me to keep my hands relaxed. So if my hands stay super calm and relaxed, almost like I'm just holding a baby bird and the club can fall out of my hands, and I focus more on the turn, then I don't really have any grip in my hands that's holding the club too tight to blister. So just smooth transition, just like that. So when my hands get tight, that manipulates the club face too much, right? So I want to be able to make sure my hands stay relaxed so I don't get those blisters. Now, when it's hot out and my hands sweat, then I'll play with a glove because I don't want to slip. Too much wind. Today or yesterday? Oh, like right now. Okay, let me find my wind buffer thingy. Bear with me. Bear with me here. There it is, the deepest part of my bag. Wild. This should help with the wind. At least that's what it's for. Hopefully that helps. Is that better? Yeah, so I just keep my hands calm. That helps me not manipulate the face as much. Every time I hit the driver, I blister in between my right rude finger and index finger. Rude finger. Oh, middle finger. Got it. And index finger. Am I gripping too tight or just too small of a grip on the club? That's a great question. Index finger, middle finger. On which hand is it the lead hand or the trail hand? If it's the right hand that comes over the top, or is it the bottom hand that's closer to you? Because that's also going to dictate how I talk about this. Bottom hand, so right hand. Okay, so are you, okay, let's go over my grip first. I interlock. Tell me if you do this. Yes, do you interlock? Hi, Jamal. I interlock, okay? Then I trigger finger this index, so these don't even touch ever. So you shouldn't be having that issue if you're, because a true grip should have some sort of space between this index and middle. You shouldn't be like this, and they definitely shouldn't be rubbing like that. That's for sure. So I would focus on trigger finger and the index, making sure that I either interlock or overlap, and then shrink these V's down, shrink them in, and make sure that this V's are pointed in between my shoulders. Other hand. Okay, are you interlocking here or are you overlapping? Because you're interlocking, and that means this hand is moving way too much. Where your pinky nail sits is exactly where I blister, right here. Interesting. That means you're moving, this hand is moving way too much. Okay, so here's what I'm going to try to recommend for you. I want you to take the club, I want you to hold the club so light that when I stand up, it can fall away if I take my thumbs off of it. Stand up, take my thumbs off it, and then I just want to feel that when I take that club away, I'm staying in posture, light grip, and just focus on this down and turn. If I focus on the down and turn, I shouldn't have any pressure on this pinky. Okay, and what's happening is that you're probably turning that club face down or getting too much separation here. Like when I grip, there's like a lot of space right here, and that means you might need a bigger grip, because I have mid-sized grips because I have a giant hands. So try to focus on maybe separating or getting a bigger grip and calming those hands down a little bit by weakening your grip. That's definitely an issue I would not want to have, is a blister there. That would suck. Be the right number and we're happy. Be the right number and we're happy. Yep. That was it. What's up, everybody? If you guys are in here, you like to see, do me a favor, drop a sub, hit that follow button, hit that. I'm a big fan. Thanks, Jamal. Appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button, and if you guys aren't already subbed and you're sitting here watching, you're gonna slice it off the tee for the rest of your life, and we don't want that. So drop the sub. Hi, I've heard it's important to open up my stance a little, especially for the driver. Should I make it easier for it to turn the hips and shoulders? That is correct. It could make it easier, but it also could promote a cut. So what you don't want to do, for example, I'll do it this way. What we want to do is, yes, we can open our stance like this, but if we notice our toes are still on the same line, I'm not kicking this foot back, okay? Especially with the driver, okay? If I'm going to stay front foot open, toes on the same line, that's going to give me the ability to clear around this leg a little bit easier. Also, what I don't want to feel is that when I do that open stance, my hips and shoulders aren't open like this, to where I'm grabbing the club. Like for a driver up here, I don't want to be reaching my right shoulder forward to grab it, because then that's going to cause me to exit left way faster, and that's going to cause that slice. So we can open the stance, but I still want to stay square down the line with the hips and shoulders, and that will give me the ability to clear. How to fix slice driver. Yeah, brother, if you're struggling with a slice driver, I have a 4-part series on how to fix your slice with the Duff. It's on my channel. Go take a look at it, but I'll explain it. Everybody, if you're in here, drop a sub for me. Help me get that. Help me get that monetization here. We're looking for that. Drop that sub though. So first things first, we want to address is our grip. If our grip is too weak, we want those thumbs to be behind the club head. So I want to be stronger like this, to where you're seeing my thumbs. That's going to cause me to be able to close that face down a little bit easier. Number 2, I want to take the club away, and I want to make sure I don't roll my hands open. I want to keep that club head matching my spine angle. So club head, face, spine angle. Make sure it matches when I get to right here. I don't want to have to roll that open right here with my wrists and hands, okay? So club head matches spine angle, and then straight up. I don't want to see my wrist throttle like this. That's going to break the club down and open the face. So up, no throttle, pull down, let that club head get slightly behind me, transition my weight and swing through the ball, and that should make that ball go left every time, like that. So try those 4 steps. Man, the back 9 gets really painful, but thanks for the tip. I'll try it at the range. Yeah, awesome. Are you mad? Nope. Perf. Thanks. Sweet. You should tell people to subscribe before answering questions. I know. No, I just remind them every once in a while, because normally I get like 200 people watching, and I try not to. I mean, I don't ask for money ever. That's not what I'm doing. I'm asking for YouTube to pay me, which would be great. But in order to do that, I need a certain amount of watch hours and subscriptions. I have the subscriptions. I don't have the watch hours. So really what I need is you to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and then do it again. So here we go. DOD. Am I the DOD king? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DOD king. I'm the Dodd king. The Dodd king. Ask for some questions about your swings, everybody. Hit that thumbs up button while you're in here. Share it to your friends. Let's grow this. Oh, man. Now, where were those yesterday, you know? Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Going with a 5-wood. Any of you guys got questions about fairway woods? What I try to feel with a fairway wood is that I play it like an iron. I don't want to try to lift this ball into the air. Okay, so if I'm struggling with topping or thinning these balls, it's because most likely I'm sitting back and I'm really trying to lift that ball, which is causing that ball to roll down the face. I want to feel more that when I get to the top of my swing, I'm still transitioning the weight with the back to the target line, transition, pull down, and it's almost so that I'm trying to take this little divot here. Just weight transfer, pull down. And that should cause that ball to be a little bit more consistent in my downswing. I still did a drill to stop hooking my 5-woods. I got you. Thanks for the tips. I just started 3 weeks ago, and I was so embarrassed I couldn't even hit the ball off the tee. Yeah, no worries. So, fly guy, happens. It's where we all start. Don't worry about it. Don't be embarrassed. All right, so hooking 5-woods. Most likely probably playing it a little bit too far forward in your stance. Let's take a look at your grip. If it's too strong, it's going to be snapping that, but too far forward in my stance is going to cause this thing to go left. Oh, it did go left. Okay, what I don't want to feel is that I'm trying to play this ball like a driver. I'm trying to play it like an iron, so I want to be, my setup should be something like this. Okay, I want to be somewhere in this posture, and then I want to focus on making sure that I'm compressing the ball. I don't want to be swinging up on it. So down and through, transition. Just like that. How to hit number 9. I got you, dude. Fairway's weight on front foot 60-40. You can do that if you're struggling with the compression, but you don't have to do that. All I want you to feel is that we get to 60-40, or more like 80-20 on the impact. I want to be 80-20 on the impact. Like I want to be somewhere around this area like an iron, compressing the ball, and not sitting back on it like this, so it's going to cause it to top. Okay, so try to feel that, but I got you on the 9 iron. Whoever asked for that. Okay, hold on, sorry. How to hit a 9 iron? I got you. I can't drive for nothing, so I got you. I'll talk about it in a second. Yeah, woods and hybrids are my weakest link right now. Over the top or duff. Hey man, you're on the Duffer's Diary channel. There is no in between. Tips on pitching more aggressively. Got you. Okay, so hold on really fast. I'm gonna go back to woods and answer a couple more questions about woods. If you're duffing and you come over the top, here's a drill that we can focus on. This is called the pump drill. Okay, all I'm gonna do is take this club back to about right here. The top of my swing, making sure that my hips push backwards, not swaying, okay? I don't wanna sway. I wanna push back into my heel on my right heel. From the top, I'm gonna pull my club down. 1, 2, 3. And if you notice, I'm not casting my hands when I do this. I'm not throwing them at it. I'm just keeping this same club angle and pulling down. And then on the fourth one, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and the number 4, I'm gonna transition. Weight forward, pull down, turn, and that should be right at address where I want to be. So 1, 2, 3, transition. And that's going to be how we hit that boring, deep shot there. Guys, how do you strike woods? I'm better with woods than a driver. Yeah, most people are because they're more comfortable on the iron swing. Finish answer, yeah, sorry, I'm trying. How to hit a 5 iron. Okay, so same thing as like a 5 wood though. A 5 iron would be something along the lines of making sure I take compression and not trying to lift the ball in the air. Okay, a lot of people make mistakes on these long irons by being in this posture where I come down and I really try to lift that ball into the air and I chunk it or I thin it because I'm throwing my hands at it. Okay, what I want to feel is the same move as a 5 wood, not as far forward as you'd think. Make sure I'm staying in posture, meaning I don't want to be swinging out of my shoes because normally when we pull the long irons, it's a mental game because I'm farther away from the hole. So I have to hit it harder. That's not true. I go up to the top, I transition the weight forward, I pull down and I stay in my posture. Making sure I'm taking compression, making sure I'm making compression, making sure I'm taking a divot. Okay, so here, here, down and through, weight transfer, make sure we take that compression into the ground. Don't want to be sitting back on it. Hit ball, I did. How to hit spinning chips, thanks, I got you. I'll hit a couple spinning chips for you right now. If you guys are in here and you like what you see, drop a sub for me, hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate you guys showing some love to the channel. But I'll show you how to hit some spinners. Hit that thumbs up button at least, share it to your friends. Get this live out there to more people. Free golf content, ask questions, I answer them. Plus 1.8 handicap currently. So, all right, so a couple ways to hit a spinner. Depends on the spinner that you want. If you want them to spin and roll out, you're gonna put them in the back of the stance, keep the club face closed down and almost try to hit a draw. Okay, so I want that weight forward, back of the stance, club face square, take it out, shallow it in, and turn that ball left. That's gonna hit, check a couple times, and then roll out. Okay, what I want to feel with the other ones, if I'm trying to hit a spinner that stops, I'm going to keep it in the middle of my stance but put my weight forward, open my face slightly, and I want my hands to exit low. I want them to finish low the whole time. So here, low. Okay, and finishing my hands low is going to swipe that club underneath, and that should be about a 2-hop and stopper. So here, low, 2-hop stop, right there. Okay, if I want a high one that sits, I'm going to put it front of the stance, keep my weight on the front leg, take the club out to the right, exit left quick. Out to the right, exit left quick. That should be somewhat of a flop shot that goes up and sits. That was not a good example, so let's do that again. Out right, exit left, there you go, up and sits. All those are definite positive ways to hit that. Thanks. Hope you're doing good today. I am, brother. Thank you. Hope you are too. Can you hit stinger shots? Yes, I can. You're a legend. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Drop a sub for me. I really appreciate it. Let's go. I'll hit some stingers with my 4-iron if you want. How do you like hitting on mats? I hate it. I wish there was a grass range closer. I hit my driver about 200, but it slices a lot. How can I straighten it? Let's start by strengthening your grip. If your grip is still too weak, or if that's not the issue, then it's got to be somewhere at the top, or it's got to be your weight not getting forward. I posted a video on how to hit a drive, and I also posted a video on how to fix your slice on a 4-part series, so go watch those. But mainly it's grip at the top. We don't want to be throttling down like this because that's going to open my club face. We want to be neutral or slightly bowed. That's going to keep my face square. I want to pull down. I want my right shoulder or trail shoulder to be the last thing that comes around. I want my weight to transfer. I want my hips to turn. I want my right shoulder to be the last thing that comes down and around, okay? That's gonna help promote those inside swings. But let's stinger it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So for me, I open my stance a little bit. I get my weight forward, and I try to finish my hands at rib height. I take it away long, compress, thud the ground, finish hands at rib height. Okay, this should be really low. And that was awesome. So good. Make sure I'm finishing those hands at rib height. Open the stance a little. Weight forward, forward press the club, down. Finish hands at rib height. I had a ball. Here we go. Love it. Love it. Boom. Down, through. Love that. That's how you hit stingers. I did so. Appreciate you. Can you explain what's causing me to have my hands so close to my body and the follow through? I feel my miss is a pull. My hands sometimes finish close to my body. I don't play pro golf because I'm a +1 and you need to be like a +8, and I am not there yet. It's hard. It's really hard. Also, my putting's terrible. I got to work a lot more on putting. Yes, I can explain that. So one of the reasons why potentially your hands are getting closer to your body through the impact is because you're probably stopping your rotation and exiting left. So if I do this, come down, stop, my body has to exit left, so I feel like I'm getting stuck here, okay? What I want to feel is that I'm super heel heavy, okay? When I get to this point here and I come down and I transition that weight forward, I should be pushing back into the heels as I give my body room to clear and then make that transition, okay? So one thing we're trying to feel is up, back, down, up, back, down. Okay, here, up, back, down. All the room in the world for my body to clear. Okay, and then the next step that we can try to focus on if it's still getting stuck, because most likely you're doing this and getting stuck and having to exit left. If you're yanking and your hands aren't getting stuck somewhere, then your phase is too close at impact. What I would try to focus on doing is move that ball back a half a ball, try to hit that same swing. Shouldn't yank them left. And how do you think I should put the ball on the teeth if I'm driving? Oh, how high on the tee is what you're saying. So I let the equator of the ball, the middle of the ball, cut the top of my club in half. That's where I set it up. Neuroignation on game improvement irons. Fairway P790, sponsor me. Those are the irons I would recommend for anybody. Do the iron fitting, but to know what to look for and questions to ask and what to avoid. Okay, so the main things, if they're going to a professional fitter, they're going to look at your lie angle, which is how the club sits on the ground. Like this is toe high, heel high, okay? Standard is flat, okay? When I set up to a club, if, let's say I'm really tall, so if I was reaching down, which was causing my toe to be high, so they extended me to took me back to standard, okay? So check your lie angle, and then have them hit on, they're gonna put down like a plastic board and put a piece of tape on the bottom of your club that scuffs when you hit on the plastic board, because it's gonna tell you where you're making contact with the ground, if your toes high or your heels high, and that's gonna be whether they bend the clubs or adjust the lie angle. Those are major important questions, but TaylorMade P790. Is wrist hinge bad in a golf swing? No. Please help people tell me wrist hinge is bad. It makes you go over the top. Yes, that does do that. Improper wrist hinge is bad in a golf swing, meaning if I go like this to the top and then I do this, that's gonna be bad. If I go up to the top and I do this, that's bad. If I do this, that's bad. If I'm neutral or slightly bent down, that's good. That's a closed club face. That's what we want to feel. how can I stabilize my club face? So what does over the top actually look like, and what does a normal swing look like? Please stop. I got you. Just stay tuned. I'm going to answer how do I stabilize my club face first. So stabilizing club face, super important. There's a couple checkpoints we want to look at. First thing is I want my hands to be relaxed, and I just want to focus on my shoulders taking the club away. If my shoulders take the club away, then I should keep a closed club face through that checkpoint 1, okay? Checkpoint 2, when I get up here, I don't want to do anything with my wrists. I want that club face to stay square. Checkpoint number 3, when I pull down, I want that club face to match my spine angle again, which means I shouldn't have done really anything with my wrists. I rotate and transition the turn, and my face stays squared the entire swing. Up, down. If you notice, my wrist only went like this, back to turning to neutral. That's it. I'm not opening. I'm just away, up, down, back. Away, up, down, back. That is how. That left wrist is super important. Over the top looks like this, okay? And a lot of people start it with their hands and shoulders. So watch, when I get up the top, that would be over the top right there, okay? So here, start with my hands, fire it over the top, okay? Here, start with the hands, fire it over the top. Okay, what I want to feel now, good swing, looks like this. Get to the top, pull down. Get to the top, pull down. Get to the top, pull down. Okay? Get to the top, pull down. That's what it should look like. How can I have ball speed with the driver? Michael, I got you, brother. Post a video on this, actually. I'd love for you to go take a look at it. But it's all about adding speed in the right location. So for a drive, if you're struggling to add extra speed, you should look like this, okay? Where most people get to the top and then they fire it, right? If I'm firing right when I get to the top, then I'm losing that speed at the bottom. It means I can't sustain that aggressive speed all the way through. That was a waste of a ball. What I want to feel is I get to the top and then that club sits into this posture, so it gets to about right here, and then I fire everything. So I'm adding speed later. Okay, so up, speed. Up, speed. Not up, speed. Right? So here we go. I'm going DOD for you, but up, speed. Up, speed. Right? So trying to get that weight to transition through the ball as I go for it, yeah? And your grip, where's a good thumb placement? I go over. It's preference, honestly. Striking the break 80, what do I practice? It's hard to hold game. Iron stock, vice versa, what do I practice to break 80? Putting and chipping, short game, approach, all that. Off the tee, whatever. You can save everything else off the tee, but putting and approach, and short game. I went to Manchester Lane to get fit, best move I ever made. They put Titleist 350s, I'm 60 years old, these irons are hot. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I was able to pick my distance. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. It's all about the technology. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, bro. Absolutely, dude. You're doing a great job. Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks. Thanks a lot, yeah. Do you always do these lives like this and answer questions? Every single day, dude. All you gotta do is drop a sub, hit that bell icon, and it'll notify you when I'm live. I'd really appreciate it. I'm just trying to grow. I answer all these questions for free. All I do is ask you guys, drop a sub, hit the thumbs up button while you're here, share it to a friend maybe, help me continue to grow. So yeah, but yes, I do these lives very frequently on a regular basis. Let's hit some 2-irons, huh? Subbing now. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. I got a 2-iron blade I picked up at a yard sale for $3. It's a Mizuno MP20. Look at this, dude. MP20 Mizuno. 2-iron blade. And I got it regripped. And I use it to hit stingers with if I need to get out from under a tree. So I'll just set up like this and I'll just freaking poke that thing like this. So low. It's crazy. You can't just keep those lower, dude. I'm telling you, it's wild. I only really use this to get out from underneath a tree if I need to. I'll just like poke a 2-iron out there. Yeah, I don't ever like try to actually use it as a 2-iron because I don't need to. I hit the ball far. What about wrist hinge in your driver? Is that necessary? No, not necessary. Do you have any advice for a beginner like me? I mean, for the 4-iron, 3-iron. Try to make impact with the ground. Don't try to lift the ball in the air, and don't swing as hard as you can. Stay in an 80% swing for every swing. It's okay to be short. I don't keep slicing my long irons. Too far forward probably, and you're exiting left. That's my guess. If the ball's too far forward and your weight's staying back and you exit those hands left, that's gonna be like this cut. Will new clubs really help? All day. I have ping 13 oversized because I can't get my 8-iron past 150 even though I feel like I hit well. Absolutely, it'll help. Thank you. Yeah, of course. Drop a sub while you're here, brother. All right, everybody. That's it for the day. I appreciate you all while you're in here. 140 of you. Drop that sub, hit that like button. If you aren't already subscribed and you sat and watched this whole thing, I hope you slice it off the tee for the rest of your life. But if you did, appreciate you all. I'll be live again tomorrow. Hit that bell icon. You'll get notified when I go live. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Duffer's Diary out. Peace.